Good evening and welcome now to Joplin High School. I'm Frankie Castile. Welcome to Mules basketball. Coming up tonight, the Mules are going to take on the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. And of course, we are so happy that we are playing basketball here this afternoon or this evening. We are about 4 hours away from Poplar Bluff, and we have got a lot to get through tonight. We're going to be talking about how this tournament for us came about. And of course, we've got our tip-off coming up here in a mere matter of moments. And it has been a crazy couple of days. We've had snow to deal with back in Poplar Bluff. The good news is most of our snow is now long gone. We can now focus on basketball. You look at what we have been through the last couple of days, and for the Mules, we really didn't know if we were going to be able to have this game or have a tournament this week. We are so excited that we are able to at least come over here for not one, but two ball games. Now, because last night we were unable to go yesterday because of the snow that we had back in Poplar Bluff, we were not able to take on Webb City. So Webb City, this is an 8-team tournament, by the way. Here were the matchups from yesterday. You look at the matchups, you had Joplin taking on Jefferson City. By the way, Joplin got the win there. You had Nevada taking on Francis Howell. Francis Howell, they got the win yesterday. Carl Junction took on William Chrisman. Carl Junction did not win yesterday. They played earlier today. And then, of course, Webb City was supposed to take on Poplar Bluff. But because the Mules were unable to make that trip yesterday, we basically had to forfeit our matchup against Webb City. And that means Webb City now plays over in the semifinals. We are in the consolation semifinals. And, of course, we're going to take on the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. Earlier tonight, it was Jefferson City taking on Nevada. Nevada could not get anything really going. They would go on to be defeated 60-25. So the winner of this contest coming up is going to take on the team out of Jefferson City. So we'll see what happens coming up as soon as the Mules take the floor coming up a little bit later on. A big shout out to Tim Hicks. As you can see, if you're watching us online, whether it be Facebook or on YouTube, big thank you to Tim Hicks here for able to make the trip over here for high school basketball. And just got to say that the back roads in Poplar Bluff, they were a little bit treacherous. At least the main roads were no issues whatsoever, so that was some good news. Our team was never in any danger for making it out here to Joplin this afternoon. And, of course, our first game is coming up here in just a moment. And then, of course, we will have live action coming up again on Saturday. And it all depends on what happens in this matchup. We're either going to play coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m. or we'll play at 12:30 p.m. So we'll see what happens as soon as the ball goes in the air. And by the way, our JV team tonight, our JV team is taking on Neelyville. It is Neelyville's homecoming and senior night. We'll have a lot more coming up on that matchup with Mules Athletic Director Kent Keith. He is going to join us coming up at halftime of this ball game. So a lot to unpack as we get ready to bring you a high school basketball here this afternoon, as the Mules are going to take on the Carl Junction Bulldogs. I want to go right to social media. Eric is tuning in. I believe Eric is hanging out with us in Kenmore, Washington. Eric, how is the weather out in Washington, my friend? It's about 22 degrees in Joplin. Good news is no snow is on the ground. Bruce is checking in with us in Cape Girardeau. How is the weather back in Cape, Brucey, my friend? And, of course, by the way, Eric, I should say Tim, Eric said hi to you as well. He's not leaving you out as well. Tim is doing phenomenal work on the camera. So let's go ahead now and get to our starting lineups here as we will welcome in the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. And, of course, we will see exactly what they bring to the table. They're being coached by Justin Pock. He is in his second season with an overall record of 10-21 in the 2 seasons. The Bulldogs out of Carl Junction, they come in at 3-8 so far this season. Here's who we believe are going to be the starting 5 for the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. By the way, they're going to be wearing their home white jerseys with the red trim and the red numbering. It all starts with a 5'9 junior guard, number 0, Kai Warren. A 5'10 junior, or make that 5'10 senior guard, number 1, Kyler Perry. A 6'2 junior forward, number 4, Aiden Bard. And, of course, a 6'4 sophomore forward, number 15, Aiden Beechner. And a 6'2 senior forward, number 20, Josh Corey. That's who we believe are going to be our starting 5 for the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. And now let's take a look at your Poplar Bluff Mules. The Mules coming in today with a record of 8-3 so far this season. You look at their overall strength of schedule, they've got some really good wins. 2 wins over Sykeston, 1 over Notre Dame. They've also got wins against Waynesville, Forest City, Arkansas, Haywood, Tennessee. The Mules offense coming in, averaging 58 points on offense. Defensively, the Mules are allowing 53 points. The last time, by the way, the Mules won districts all the way back in last season, 2020 and 2021. The Mules are the away team, wearing their maroon jerseys and the white numbering. They're being coached by Will Durden, who is coming in this season with a record of 148-94, a winning percentage of .612. The assistant coaches are Aaron Duncan, David Prater, and Joe McDuffie. For the Mules, it's all going to get started. Let's talk about off the bench first off. Off the bench, we assume that coming in here today, it'll be Darius Graham. He will be off the bench here this afternoon. Also coming in off the bench is Torrance Williams and then Kyler Carr. And then talking about our starting 5, not much has changed coming in with our starting 5. We believe Darian Webb, Gavin Rivers, Fentress Williams, and, of course, Gage Rivers and Nick Brummett. That will round out the starting 5 here for the Poplar Bluff Mules. So coming up, we are going to have ourselves a great time. I believe I've seen somewhere in the crowd, I believe John Scott is with us. He is the school board president. He will grace us coming up with his presence. I believe he will anyway. So, of course, that's coming up as well. And, of course, we appreciate everybody tuning in, whether you're watching us on YouTube, whether you're watching us on Facebook, or listening on the radio. We've got you covered all way around. Tonight, our team is going to be coached by Joe McDuffie and David Prater, as we are a little bit undermanned coming up here tonight. I know Coach Will Durden, him and his family are tuning in back in Poplar Bluff. Hopefully, we're going to be able to bring him a victory tonight and also a good broadcast. Just look at this gym, by the way. If you're watching us on social media, I believe Poplar Bluff has one of the best gyms in southeast Missouri, but we'll let Tim kind of zoom out a little bit, and we'll let you look at this gym in its entirety. This is by far one of the biggest and better-looking gyms I have been in quite a long time. I like the scheme colors here in Joplin. The actual seats do not match the floor. And what I mean by that is the floor is, of course, you've got the eagle right in the middle with the red outline, and you look at the seats, and it is the gray and blue coloring, but it is a nice gym, and we are so happy that we were able to be here. The administration for Joplin High School, they have been tremendous in allowing us to be here this afternoon. Eric says the weather a lot better this week. It's just plain old rain there in Washington. So that is good. Kenmore, Washington, upper 40s. It's a lot warmer right now in Washington than it is in Joplin and in Poplar Bluff. I guarantee it. Bruce says the weather is wonderful in Cape. I know he's fibbing to me because it's pretty cold up there in Cape. That is for sure. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Coming up, we're going to have the official lineups. Ball's going to go in the air. It is the Mules. It is the Carl Junction Bulldogs coming up. Also, Virginia Roberts is tuning in Webb City. And, of course, hometown of Poplar Bluff, Webb City, by the way. It is literally about, 15 miles up the road from where we are. So we are in the heart of Springfield, Joplin, Webb City. Going to be a great evening coming up for high school basketball. We're going to step away. A quick timeout coming up. We've got the official lineups. We've got tip-off on the way. It is the Mules and the Bulldogs coming up. You're listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back now to Joplin High School. I'm Frankie Castillo. Glad to have you alongside as we get ready to bring you exclusive coverage of Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. We are so happy to be all the way here in Joplin, Missouri to bring you this exciting contest. You look at Carl Junction as they are coming in here this season so far. They are coming in 3-8. The Mules are the direct opposite. They are coming in here this evening with a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. So there is the final horn as we get set now. John Plum is tuning in from Lake St. Louis. Glad to have you alongside. Virginia, my apologies, I read that wrong. You're tuning in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have you alongside. Now we turn over to who I believe is a legend in his own right, and that is, of course, John Scott joining us. John, glad to have you make this trip all the way over to Joplin, Missouri.
Glad to be here, Frankie. I always say that, it's been said that I have delusions of adequacy, so hopefully I'll be able to sit here with you today and at least contribute something.
You're going to contribute, no doubt about that. Do me a favor, if you're tuning in on Facebook, hit that share button for us. If you're watching us on YouTube, do the exact same thing. I've noticed here, and I did not do my due diligence, and I've noticed that our head coach was not able to make this trip over here. Hopefully he is okay.
My understanding, I think, Frankie, is he's going to hang back for the JV game.
That's what I was thinking. He was going to be coaching against Neelyville.
He's got at least, I think his son plays.
That's what I was thinking
on the JV team as well, and he's going to. Those guys have only had one game so far, so he's going to check them out, and hopefully he'll be here tomorrow. But I'm sure Coach Prater and Coach McDuffie can handle things this evening.
Well, here's what I was told by Coach William Durden. Anytime he is unable to be here, the way it works is this. If the Mules win, I give Coach Durden the victory. If he loses, I've got to give it to whoever was coaching tonight. So it looks like Coach Prater is in for a loss, maybe, but hopefully not.
Hopefully not. That sounds about right, though.
John Plum says, class of 1957, go Mules. I like to see these comments coming in from all the classes. We all know the class of 91, that was a rowdy bunch.
It was the best class actually to ever walk the halls, but I can't really say anything about 57. Those are that's around my mother's class, so I'm not going to say anything bad about them.
So I like our starting 5. We're not going to have any differences here. 8 minutes are on the scoreboard. We had to do some adjustments on the actual clock here. Tim he's Mr. Ingenuity. He figured out a way to get this scoreboard incorporated into our video. Hope you like it. He had to go above and beyond. It was a 4-hour trip over here, John. I'm so happy to be here, and we're going to have a lot of fun coming up in Mules basketball.
Yes, Frankie, I have not seen this high school before, this gym before. Really an impressive building, and I guess you may have talked about that the Joplin High School was destroyed in a tornado a few years ago, and they got this nice new high school and new facilities. Very impressive. When you pull up, you notice it. No
Absolutely.
question.
Class of 1990. Thank you, Rita. If you're watching us, let us know what class you're in. Whether you graduated Bluff or not, let us know. We appreciate seeing all those comments. It'll be Fentress Williams and Aiden Bard, and we are underway here live at Joplin High School. The Mules will get it. They'll go left to right on your TV screen and your radio dial. Fentress kicks it outside. Now Gage Rivers for three. It's off the mark. It is no good. And it'll be rebounded by Bard. So the Mules 0 for 1 early in this contest, being aggressive from behind the arc. I like to see that. And, of course, we'll see if the Mules defensively here can hold up. Josh Corey, backdoor pass to Aiden Beechner. And the ironic thing is about this Carl Junction team, as the Bulldogs there will turn it over. It was a turnover on Kyler Perry. We only had, at least on a broadcasting standpoint, John, we had, you ready for this? We had 35 minutes to get ready for this game when it come to Carl Junction. There's a three-point basket by Darian Webb, presented by Poplar Bluff Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist Gage Rivers on a big assist. And now we're going to get a blocking foul coming up on Gavin Rivers. It'll be his first, team foul number 1. So 35 minutes, so we had to learn names.
So what did you do with the extra 30 minutes that you had just left over?
It took me a little while. I had to go and talk to the actual coach, and the coach over here, Josh Pock, was very, very nice to talk to. Gave me all the information that I needed on this team to have a successful broadcast. Tim, I think the clock is a little bit cut off on the screen there. I'm not sure if that's on my end or not. It may be my end. I don't know. It could be on John's end.
It's probably my fault somehow. I kicked the tripod.
Probably so. I could see that. Boy, a lot of Chelsea class of 2017, a class of 1992. A three-point basket on the way. It's off the mark. It's no good by Aiden Beechner. Good rebound by Gage Rivers. And now the Mules down the floor. Gage Rivers hands off to a wide open Fentress Williams, and the Mules now lead 5-0.
Nice unselfish play there. Nice little extra pass. I'd see Fentress dunk that next time.
Well, you're not kidding. Mules shooting 67% to begin the ball game. Mules off since December 29th when the Mules took second place in their own showdown. There's a good swipe by Gavin Rivers. Good job by him as Beechner will turn it over. Nelda says class of 1959, John. I love the folks tuning in here tonight. Good pass, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I believe it's going to be on Beechner of Carl Junction. It is going to be on Beechner. That'll be his first, team foul number 1. By the way, do you know where Carl Junction's located at, by the way?
No, don't ask me that kind of stuff, Frankie. It's over here somewhere.
It's near Webb City, actually.
I'm as close to Oklahoma as I think I've ever been.
As you probably want to be. There's a three-point basket. It's off the mark by Nick Brummett. Boy, he don't miss a whole lot of three-point baskets, that's for sure. He has become Mr. Automatic, it seems like, from behind the arc. A lot of folks tuning in on YouTube as well. Got it pulled up on their big screen TVs at home. I know one individual that has got it pulled up, and that's Mr. Hosler, Kenny Hosler, tuning in tonight back in Poplar Bluff.
Golden Throat himself, right?
The Golden Throat himself. Glad to have him. He's not only a great PA guy, he's also a great official as well. There's the running floater off the backboard. It's no good. Beechner, though, will clean it up, gets the offensive rebound, goes up and scores, ending a 5-0 run here by the Poplar Bluff Mules.
I think great official is sort of an oxymoron, Frankie, but
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, he's tuning in right now.
You can only be so good if you're an official.
There you go, and there is a jump ball. It's going to go to the Bulldogs. So a turnover there on Fentress as Corey goes in and just reaches in and grabs the loose ball. Lonnie and Diane Taylor tuning in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have them alongside. Boy, no one does more for our community than Lonnie and Diana, in my opinion, John.
Yeah, we're good folks, really good
folks.
Very
good folks.
Yes.
Good run there by the Bulldogs. What a move by Aiden Bard. Aiden Bard, nobody blocks out, and now it's a 5-4 lead, Poplar Bluff. Good dish by Darian Webb. Fentress gets his own miss, goes back up top. I like to see that. As Fentress misses, gets his own rebound inside the paint, and able to go back up and score.
Yes, he's really improved as the season's gone on. In that last, 2 games ago, when he really came alive in the first half of the showdown second game and really kind of found his stroke down there in the paint.
He really did.
We need to turn up our defense just a little bit. I think we're just a little bit lax on defense right now, but that's good. We're not getting a lot of fouls, so
you got to realize that in my mind, as we see a three-point basket by Perry, and it's going to be partially blocked there by Gavin Rivers. Nice block by him. And now we're going to see Darius Graham coming in now. Also, we're going to see, it looks like Cannon Carr, and Torrance Williams are all going to come in. Nick Brummett, Fentress Williams is all going to come in or come off, as well as Gavin Rivers. I was going to say the Mules have been off since December 29th, not to mention a 4-hour drive over here. It took them about 4 hours and 45 minutes. I know the team stopped once to let the kids stretch their legs. They wanted to be safe on the roadways. Perry goes up, and we're going to get a whistle here and a foul at the 3:54 mark. And that's going to be, I believe, on Gage Rivers. If it's on Gage, which it is number 2 for the team. It'll be the first by Gage Rivers. We don't know a whole lot about this Carl Junction team other than last season they were 7-18, 3-8 so far this year. First free throw is up, and it is good by Kyler Perry.
I feel like we'll be all right with this team. We're a lot quicker, it looks like to me, a little more athletic. But we're gonna have to play defense because they obviously can shoot the ball.
They're not afraid to shoot it from anywhere on the floor. It's a 7-6 lead. Sorry.
We've only got 9 players dressed tonight. So we got a couple kids stayed back. Marlon and Nate May stayed back to play JV tonight, and a couple kids not dressed. So
there it is. There's the first three-point basket by Darius Graham, presented by Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. We knew he was due at some point.
He's on now. Now they just need to keep giving him the ball.
Look at the defense there by Darian Webb. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Mr. Webb. I know Coach Will Durden is hanging out with his JV team, and of course they're taking on Neelyville coming up tonight, which we'll talk a lot about this coming up at halftime. Joining us is our Mules Athletic Director, Kent Keith. He will join us coming up. Lots going on. There's a good steal by Gage Rivers. Rivers now, he's going to go the distance, going up and scores. I like the transition by the Mules. And now the Mules out to a 6-point lead. It is their biggest on the night, 12-6.
Yeah, Gage is so quick when he has the ball in that situation. There's not much anybody can do.
Kai Warren now. There's another steal by the Mules. It nearly was taken over by Torrance Williams. That even got a wow out of Tim. We're going to see Gavin Rivers back into the contest. He'll come in for his brother Gage. You know what's a shame is, and of course you can't help Mother Nature, but how much fun would it have been last night to see Webb City in action against Poplar Bluff?
Yeah, that is a shame, Frankie. And we got this was obviously a tournament we picked up, which is great for the kids to get some more games. And then we had weather kick in. It was just there 2 or 3 days there where it was really tricky to know what we were going to do. But hats off to the folks over here at Joplin for having a plan B and working a situation out where we could still come over and get a couple of games.
Absolutely. Very happy that we were able to get a couple of games in for sure.
And Kent Keith, for being able to keep that coordinated and keep information out to the players and the families and the fans to know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and make sure that, first of all, that our kids are safe. We might have been able to get over here yesterday, but why take that risk? It's really not worth it.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with you. Van Landuit is going to check in the ball game for Aiden Beechner. 3-point play coming up by Josh Corey. It is 12-8. Make it 12-9 is the score as Brummett comes back in from the bench. Or I should say, he took a quick little breather. He is back with us now on the floor. Darius Graham, what a no-look pass by Brummett. Webb could not get the shot to fall. And the rebound is going to come back now to Van Leeuwen. And Van Leeuwen nearly had it lost. Now he's wide open near the free throw line. No good. And the rebound is going to come right back to Gage Rivers. And the Mules now right back with it. Darius Graham could not get the shot to go. And somehow Nick Brummett came away with the offensive rebound. Darian Webb for three. It's no good. So Darian Webb could not get that shot to fall.
Good pressure defense right there. Their point guard just sort of panicked with it there for a second. So we get the ball back. It's nice. We've got a good size advantage down low. I'd like to see Torrance get some action here.
Absolutely. So now the Mules work it around.
Yeah, Carl Junction in a 3-2 zone.
Nick Brummett wide open. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Brummett, reverse layup. Nice move by Gage Rivers.
I'd like to see Darian light him up. If they're going to play zone, he needs to be firing it.
I agree. 14-9 is the score. Nearly a turnover. We're going to get instead. It'll be a whistle and a timeout called. This one is going to be called by the Bulldogs. It'll be a 30-second timeout called by the Bulldogs out of Carl Junction. It is 14-9 is the score. And I got to tell you, one thing I did want to talk about here, and I mention this all the time, so if you get tired of me saying this, let me know. But you see everything going on in the world, and what I don't want to do is I don't want to be political, but what I do want to say is I do want to say just how blessed, I said this yesterday on the air, we're just so blessed to live where we live. How awesome is it that we still have in-person learning? Our teachers, they want to come to school every day. They know how important it is to have that face-to-face learning experience where we're not doing the whole virtual thing. We're just so lucky where we live in Southeast Missouri, I think anyway.
Absolutely, Frankie. You know, sometimes we're a little behind on things, but I can tell you for things like that, we figured out right away, we being the community, that the virtual learning was not a good thing. You know, we had to do that for a couple of months. And then last year we did everything we could to stay open, and this year we're going to stay open. And, you know, there are kids who really need to be in the classroom. And if they aren't, they don't have a whole lot going on, and they're not going to learn. So the kids who need it the most need to be there, and that's what we're there for. And we can reassure everyone we're going to stay open.
Good charge taken there by the Mules. Gage Rivers stepped in there. Josh Corey gets called for a foul. That's his first. He just takes a charge. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Mules leading it by 5. It's 14-9. Brummett wide open from the side. No good. There's an offensive rebound by Torrance Williams, and he's on the board.
Great position. That's a perfect play. Let Brummett shoot it. Torrance is on the offside for the rebound, which is most of the time where the ball is going to go if there's a miss. He's got about a 3-inch advantage on his opponent down there, so we should be in good shape. Absolutely.
And, of course, Aiden Bard now, one of the starters here for this team. Van Dewitt, or rather, I'll get that name right by the end of the broadcast. He'll take a wide-open three. Good defense by Darius Graham. And somehow Torrance Williams is going to wind up with the loose ball rebound. Gage Rivers now inside the paint. He draws the foul with about 9 seconds left. And he's going to shoot a couple of free throws coming up.
I've been impressed with Gage this year as the season's gone on. He plays a lot more in control, and he's so quick and so athletic that really nobody can guard him when he's playing well, but sometimes he gets a little too fast. And this year I think he's done a much better job of being under control. And like that play, he got a really nice foul. He was down the court quickly. Firing on all cylinders right now.
Gage Rivers, 78% free throw shooter on the year. Those are presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. Now the Mules lead at 18-9. Mules have a little bit of breathing room. A three-point basket by Kyler Perry is no good. So at the end of one quarter, the Mules lead this game 18-9 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
This is where it's done. The training, the work, the commitment, the sacrifice. So when these athletes hit the court, they're ready. Mules get it done.
And we are back here live in Joplin, Missouri, as the Mules lead this game 18-9. Mules here, John, shooting so far 50%. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are shooting 30%. By the way, I brought you this awesome green drink all the way from my house in Poplar Bluff.
I was going to ask you, Frank, it looks a little darker this time. I wonder what that means.
I put more kale in it.
More kale in it. How long will that keep? Can you just drive around the country with that in the car? No problem?
I have a cooler in the back, as a matter of fact.
I'm sure you do.
I do. I've got a cooler. I had to put ice in it before I left town this morning. Darian Webb, there's a good pass. Oh, it's going to be taken away. Mules turn it over. A rare turnover here in the first half here for Poplar Bluff. All the starters are back in. There's a three-point basket. Nice move.
Yeah, nice shot, number 2. Excellent shot.
Jeff Hocutt.
Yes, Hocutt.
18-12 now. You got to learn their names, John.
Well, I see Kyler Perry, which is just kind of makes me want to laugh.
There you
go. I thought you were talking about a TV guy.
A TV movie star. 7:18 to play here in the first half. Mules lead it 18-12. Boy, a lot of folks here watching us on social media. Facebook and YouTube is going nonstop. There's a nice drive. Oh, it's going to rim out by Bleachner, but an offensive rebound is taken by Josh Corey, and he'll pick up a foul.
That wasn't great. They shouldn't get 2 offensive rebounds all night against us. Really, they shouldn't.
Fentress Williams now going to pick up a foul. That's his first. By the way, the Mules have 5 team fouls, 3 by the Bulldogs. Josh Corey, 3 points here. He's got 1 bucket made and 1 free throw, but does miss that free throw. He'll get 1 more.
But it is nice to be able to provide this, Frankie, what you guys do. You know, really good quality video. And Friday night, bad weather, cold out. It gives everybody an opportunity to see their kids play.
It does. Aiden Bard, another rebound, another offensive rebound here by the Bulldogs. Kyler Perry. I'm going to make that K a T. There's a running floater by Kyler. Is too strong. Another offensive rebound by Beechner, and now a rebound by Williams. Fentress Williams finally able to go in for the rebound. Darian Webb, he tucks that ball in. I love the move by Darian Webb. He goes coast to coast. He's got 2 more points.
Very nice. Good to see that, Darian. You know, he's gonna have a big night. He can play better than anybody out there right now.
Absolutely. Aiden Bard now. Good move inside to Corey. Josh Corey bouncing his way in. Fentress Williams is going to pick up his 2nd personal foul, and that'll be team foul number 6.
I'll give Josh Corey credit. You know, he's tough down there on the block. Once he gets it, he's going to either draw the foul or get the layup.
I think what we're going to do here, we may switch this at halftime. I think at halftime, because you've got the audio part figured out pretty much for yourself, as we see Torrance Williams come back in. Let's try your hand behind the camera. Let's see if you can move the camera like Tim does. That's a challenge.
I'd probably zoom in on somebody in a crowd. You know, I told you last time during the tournament, I got tricked into filming my daughter's soccer games just for the parents a couple of times, and then I don't do that anymore. There's
Darian Webb, a big 3-pointer presented by Poplar Bluff Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Darius Graham passed up and about a 16-foot jumper who Darian was wide open. He was able to get that 3 ball. Love to see that by Darian. Already 8 points here in the first half. That's huge. Carl Junction now is going to bring in Xavier Perkins coming in for Josh Corey. Also, Cannon Carr is going to check back in for Poplar Bluff, and he is going to replace Gage Rivers. Gage having a great first half, or make that Darian Webb rather. Darian Webb is having some success here in the first half, 8 points. You look at Gage Rivers, he's got 4 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. There's a turnover by Kyler Perry. So far, the Bulldogs have 6 turnovers. The Mules have 3 so far in the first half.
You know, Frankie, the thing about those cameras is the tricky part is getting them turned on.
We find that to be an issue sometimes, too.
You got to find the secret button on there.
Cannon Carr, 3-point shot. What an offensive rebound by Darian Webb, or make that Darius Graham, rather. And he will draw the foul, and that means he's going to go to the free throw line. Jeff Hocutt will get the foul. Darius Graham will shoot 2 free throws, presented by Christian Automotive and Tires, 65% so far this year. He is 11 of 17 and make it 12 of 18. Like to see that by Darius Graham. The Mules have doubled up the Bulldogs. They lead at 24-12.
Good to see, Frankie. You know, something we don't say enough, but I know we're away, so we have more people listening in. I can't say enough about our coaches and just the impression that they make and the presence that they have, all of them. Coach Durden obviously isn't here tonight, but you can always rest assured they're going to make a good impression. They're going to represent the school and the community well. They don't ever pull crazy things that I know you've seen more than I have at these games. When some of these coaches lose it and throw a chair and act crazy.
You mean like during the showdown we've seen one of the players blow a kiss toward the bench?
Yeah,
we don't do those kind of things.
No, we don't, and that's one thing that everyone can rest assured that people are going to remember Poplar Bluff for whatever thing, but they'll always know that our coaches are
and
good representatives.
It's just not about the coaching too, as we see a big three-pointer there taken off the mark. A couple of offensive rebounds. Perkins could not get the shot to fall. Bleachner is going to wind up, and I believe is going to get called. Is that going to be Bleachner's foul? I believe it is. Yes, it is. Number 2 on him. What I like about our coaching staff is, most folks, they don't understand this and they don't really realize it, but most of our coaches, if the kids need something, especially when it comes to like an away tournament like we have right now, our coaches are not afraid to step up and pay money out of their own pockets to make sure our kids are well taken care of.
Absolutely. It's a full-time, year-round, 365 days, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day job for these guys, and they do a wonderful job, and we see that reflected in the students and the student-athletes on the team. We don't have problems with them. They're good kids.
They are.
They do well in school. They graduate. All those things, and that's a reflection of our coaching staff and our athletic department.
But, and just so well-tempered our kids are here on the basketball team and all of our sports, really. There we see a turnover there by the Mules. Cannon Carr lost it for a moment, and Josh Corey able to take it back. Good backdoor pass, but they're unable to do much with it, as we'll see a turnover by Kai Warren. That could have been easily 2 points there for the Bulldogs, but they were unable to turn that into points. I'll tell you what, though, going back to our showdown, Isaiah Regular, him blowing a kiss to the bench, that may be one of the best things I've seen all year.
It was worth it.
It was worth it. I had to go back and watch that a few times. Darian Webb for 3. It hits the front end. No good. But look who got the rebound. Nick Brummett. 3-point, or I should say a long 2-pointer by Brummett off the mark. It's no good. Rebounded by Corey and the Bulldogs. I would text Coach Durden and say we had a Mules player blow a kiss toward the bench, but the problem is he'll go back and watch this and know I'm lying to him.
That's the problem with it being streamed.
That's right. Can't do that. There's a 3-point basket by Xavier Perkins. 25-14. They needed that basket.
Yeah, I like to have about a 20-point lead is always better.
And that scoreboard is wrong. I know it says 25-14. They did not put up 3. It says 25-14. That is not the correct score. It is 25-15. Just so that way if you're watching at home and see that was a clear 3-point basket by Perkins. They just haven't got a chance to change it yet. Josh Corey is going to pick up the foul. Darius Graham is back in the ball game. Cannon Carr and Gage Rivers is going to take a seat.
Bulldogs, number 4, Aiden Bard.
And Aiden Bard is going to come back in as well for Xavier Perkins. There's a score. It changed 25-15 now as Darian Webb is set to inbound. Nearly had it. The Mules got lucky on that one. Torrance Williams was wide open and just could not get it to go up.
It'd be dangerous to be on the court with Darian because, man, he dishes it off so fast.
Sorry to hear that, Faith. I hope the coach gets well very, very soon. Someone just sent me a text. I got to read that. No, Coach, I was just kidding. He said they better not be blowing a kiss to nobody. I'm just kidding, Coach. That won't happen on our team. There's a steal by Kyler Perry. Darian Webb back in transition, going to get a foul. 3:04 to play here in the first half. 3:06.
Mules are playing well tonight.
They are.
It's a hard opponent to match up with because we're used to a little more athleticism on the court, but we're playing well. You know, we've been out of school for 2 days, drive over here for 4 hours, big gym. But no, I like the way our kids are playing.
Absolutely,
they're serious business today. You know, that's one thing about our team is they're always locked in. And if they get a little bit off dead center, our coaching staff usually lines them out, gets them back on focus. But right now they seem very focused to me.
Mules here leading at 25-16 is the score.
Although, Frank, you know, it'd be nice if we could find somewhere further away to play. I'm not sure. I guess we could go to Kansas City.
Well, I know in baseball we're going to Oklahoma this year.
Well, you know, our motto is excellence in education, every child, every hour, every child, every hour, every day.
That's right.
This is a good lesson in geography for some of our kids and some of our parents.
30-second timeout here by the Poplar Bluff Mules, brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge. John, what have you liked about the Mules so far here in the first half? 2:33 to go. Mules lead by 9. What's impressed you so far?
Well, I like to see our team come out and stay focused and play disciplined ball. And without our head coach being here, of course, they've responded well. You know, they're getting up and down the floor. I think we'll be a little more aggressive probably in the second half, push it a little bit more. We don't want to get in foul trouble with only nine players dressed tonight. But so far, so good. You know, I think everybody's playing well. They're clearly focused on the game, and you know, I don't know, what are our turnovers, Frankie? You always have it.
Oh, our turnovers right now, 7 by Carl Junction, 4 by the Mules.
Yeah, 4 in the first half. That may be a season low. I don't know. But I like that, so I feel like we're in good shape.
It's 9-9 right now at the end of one quarter between Poplar Bluff and Neelyville. It is a 9-9 score at the end of one. Brummett cannot get the shot to fall. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Carl Junction. Ron Withrow tuning in back in Poplar Bluff. It's a mild, muggy 18 degrees back home. Three-point basket is no good. There we go by Torrance Williams.
Good work.
He lobs it up on the offensive glass.
We should get every rebound this game.
Yes, we should. Bouncing it inside. What a move by Josh Corey. Goes up and over 2 Mules defenders.
You know, that kid's he's a hard-nosed player, that Josh Corey. He's down there amongst the trees and doing pretty well.
He really is. Darren Webb could not get that shot to fall near the elbow. Rebounded by Corey, and here come the Bulldogs. So for the Mules JV game, they're taking on Neelyville. We're being told that Neelyville, it's a mix of JV players and varsity. It's a 9-9 score at the end of one. 3-point basket by Aiden Bard. It is now a touchdown score by the Mules. Take away the extra point, 27-21.
Yeah, I jinxed us, Frankie. We're not real focused right now, but we'll get back here.
Gage Rivers.
Oop.
Boy, good job by Torrance Williams. He's able to somehow get that rebound and come away with another 2 points. He's got 6.
I like the refs on that call, or that no call. That was nice. We like to see that.
Boy, you're not kidding. I like to see that. So just like that here, as Gage misses, Williams got the rebound. 3-point basket on the other end by Kai Warren, and what a move by Gage Rivers as he fights for the rebound, and a whistle and a foul the other direction. It'll be Aiden Bard who's going to pick up a foul, team foul number 7, and that's going to send Darian Webb to the free throw line for 2 free throws presented by Christian Automotive. Darian Webb this season, one of our best free throw shooters, 84%, John, on the season from the free throw line.
Hard-working kid, you know, he's always doing something, always in the gym, always playing. Great to have him on the court.
Yes, it is. He makes the first free throw. Aiden Beechner is going to check in. Xavier Perkins takes a seat. And by the way, I know Coach Durden's watching this broadcast here tonight. Just know, Coach Durden, I've got a green drink for you. I'll have it to you tomorrow, guaranteed. You can have my extra.
I'm not going to drink you that, Frank. Although I might one of these days, but I may have to add a couple things to it.
Maybe
just to make it palatable.
Darian Webb picks up both free throws. He's got 10 points here in the first half. He's averaging about 15 a ball game, so good to see him in double figures here with about 38 seconds left until halftime. Coming up, we'll have Coach Kent Keith, who will join us talking about this tournament. And I've been hearing some rumbles that this might be an every year thing, or at least maybe next year we might come back next year. Who knows?
They sure have nice facilities.
They really do.
It's a long drive, but it's a good drive.
At least the roads are good.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no major issues. We left this morning about 8:30, I guess it was. We wanted to beat the traffic, and we got over here about 12:15 at 12:30, something like that.
That Waynesville was closer, but it seems like a lot further.
It does
when
seem
you're
like
driving
it's a lot
that thing
farther.
in the middle of the night when we have a 7 o'clock game. Drive back. I mean, at least there's some civilization between here and Poplar Bluff.
just a little bit, I guess. Free throw up and no good by Kyler Perry. Good job by the Mules on the rebound.
Smart play.
It's 31-20.
Gavin, that was excellent. There were times he might just take off with it there. There's 18 seconds left in the half. He stopped, wheeled around, kicked it over to Darian. Smart play. Now we're going to the line.
So now Kyler Perry, who picked up the foul, we're going the other length here, and Gage Rivers now picking it up here, knocks it down, presented by Christian Automotive. 5 points here by Gage Rivers.
When he's on, he's just on. When he shoots that long three and he's on, it's
what
awesome.
A move by Torrance Williams again on the offensive rebound. Boy, Coach Durden will like to hear that.
He needs to dunk that, though, right? I mean,
I don't know. I'm just, hey, listen to this. The Mules right now, 18-12, but the Mules in rebounding. And the Mules, Coach Durden, they've got 8 offensive rebounds. I like to see that.
If I could jump and dunk like Torrance can every time I got it, I would at least try.
3-point basket on the way. It's off the mark, and there's another rebound by Gage Rivers. So at the end of one half, Mules lead this game 34-20. Mules lead by 14 points. We'll take a quick timeout here, a very brief timeout. Coach Kent Keith, he is walking up the steps, and he'll join us coming up at halftime. Mules lead by 14 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Las Margaritas and Mayas, serving up the best authentic Mexican food since 1997. The Esquivel family, always proud to support our Poplar Bluff Mules.
And we are back here live in Joplin, Missouri. And now we're going to turn things over to the Mules Athletic Director, Kent Keith. And Kent, first off, so happy that we were able to come over here after a very long day yesterday and able to at least get not one, but 2 games over. And I tell you what, it is a nice facility to be here. We're fortunate that we were able to come over here.
We are, and their AD came to see me as soon as we came in and invited us back next year, and I think we're probably going to do it. I've apologized, I don't know how many times that we couldn't play yesterday, but, I mean, he understands, and I appreciate him letting us come in. I want people to understand we did not forfeit the game yesterday. It counts as a no contest, and we just agreed to go in the consolation bracket because we felt like that was a fair thing to do to Webb City. So not really concerned about winning a tournament right now, just getting our guys some games, and this is pretty good competition for us, people we normally don't play, so that's why we did it.
Absolutely, and it's just one of those things. How was the ride over here, by the way? Was there any issues or no road condition
we
issues?
stopped in Willow Springs at the Loves. We usually stop there. They've got a McDonald's that usually does a pretty good job. Stopped there, and I told Coach Prater he wasn't sure what exit to take, and we drove past exit 11. I said, man, if we get off here and head down south about 30 minutes, you will be at my mom's house. But I said, we got to go on up to exit 8.
I think he was kind of confused on where Joplin was because he thought Joplin was maybe 30 miles away from Springfield.
Yeah, he thought it was just on the other side of Springfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quickly, I want to switch gears for just a moment. Coming up next week, it's a big week for high school in general for Poplar Bluff. Several key things coming up, but one thing in particular, big wrestling matchups coming up on Tuesday. Is that right?
It is. And, we had a home wrestling meet earlier this week, and next Tuesday is our senior night. Don't get many of these at home, so I would encourage everybody to come out. And then, like you and I talked about a little bit earlier, we are going to get to host the SEMO Conference Wrestling Tournament later this month, the 21st and 22nd. It's going to be good for the city. The hotels are already starting to fill up. There's going to be 15 teams there. The boys basketball is playing that Saturday, but we're going to play over at Three Rivers College because the gym's going to have 4 mats going with wrestling. So it's a good deal to bring to our city.
One thing I did want to say, a big thank you to you and the coaching staff of Poplar Bluff is you guys actually let the JV go to Neelyville tonight and help them out because they had a team cancel. I think it was Naylor canceled on them. And Poplar Bluff agreed to take on Neelyville as their homecoming and senior night all into one.
Yep.
And I believe our JV might be taking on their varsity, and the JV's doing quite well.
We are, and I think, this is nothing against Neelyville, but we've got a pretty strong JV, so I'm expecting to win that ball game, and with that, we only dressed 9 guys here tonight because they kept some behind to play in that JV game, some guys that normally don't get a lot of varsity action, so that left us a little thin here. Hopefully we don't get in major foul trouble and run out of players, but that was the right thing to do, so JV'd be at full strength, and hopefully we can pull out the win tonight, and then play at 12:30 tomorrow.
Somebody was making a comment earlier, just the fact that, we're just so lucky that we're still playing basketball. Who knows what the next 30 days holds for us? It seems like no matter where you turn, everything changes day by day.
It does, and, not only the weather, but with COVID and everything else, it's just it's strange times we're living in. Talked about, when we had that showdown banquet, I'm ready for things to get back to normal, but I don't know that we're ever going to be back to normal. The world has changed a ton.
It really has, and, it's one of those things where you look at different parts of the country, they're shutting down, we're still going, and we're able to do it safely, and it's just a blessing that we were able to come over here tonight, and you walk in the door, and Joplin seems like they've got the same mentality we do to where we're just happy that we're playing basketball.
Absolutely, and this, I have not been to their new campus here since they got hit by the tornado and rebuilt. Beautiful campus, beautiful gym facility, and so forth. And then, like I said, they invite us back next year. And I told their AD most likely we would be back. And as far as I know, that's what we're planning to do because it kind of comes after the showdown, and we kind of got a hole in that schedule.
Right.
So normally we'd have gotten 3 games out of this, only getting 2 this time. But still, it's a couple of games that normally we wouldn't be playing.
I didn't get a chance to tell you, but I appreciate you letting me drag Tim over here and stream this for our fans back home.
I don't know if he appreciates it or not. He said you aren't a very good driver, but
well, he had to ride 4 hours with me, so he tried to sleep most of the way.
Gotcha.
So if you were Coach Durden, what are you telling your kids right now in the locker room up 34-20?
I think the main thing that we're hurting right now, I don't think we're doing a very good job on the defensive rebounds. And we missed some easy shots on offense. But I think overall, a 4-hour bus drive, I think the kids getting their legs back and all that, and I think we're going to be okay in this thing. Just got to keep making shots, and, like I yell all the time, we got to make free throws. Free throws are such a key to winning the ball game.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you were able to come over here, Coach Kent Keith, and talk to us a little bit about what's going on. We look forward to Tuesday coming up in Poplar Bluff. I'm excited. I'll be able to do some PA for you on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Never done a wrestling match before, so that'll be quite interesting.
You'll do a good job for us.
All right, Kent, thank you so much,
You,
and we'll
Frankie.
see you tomorrow, my friend.
All right.
Kent Keith here joining us live here on our halftime report, brought to you by our good friends at Los Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco. And, of course, here today, the Mules leading this game by a score of 34-20. No team is out right now from the locker room. And, of course, that's why you hear the buzzer going nonstop. They want to make sure and give the kids plenty of time to get out here and, of course, to be able to at least have a little bit of warm-up time. So what we will do is we'll step away, a quick timeout. We're going to come right back, and, of course, we'll have much more as we get ready to bring you the second half of Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. Joanne Hicks is tuning in as well. Glad to have you alongside. We'll be back. You're listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
All right, and we are back here live as we get set now for the second half. And, of course, Poplar Bluff leading it by 14 points. Good job there on the rebound by the Mules and Gavin Rivers, and it's going to go out of bounds. Welcome back, John. Sorry about that. You know where you stand there on the mics. You're more than welcome to just turn your mic on at any point in time.
No, I don't want to create a technical difficulty for you, friend.
No, you're not going to create a technical difficulty, my friend. We appreciate that. Of course, as Darian Webb outside, Gavin Rivers, three-point basket is no good. And the rebound is going to come right back to the Bulldogs here as Kyler Perry bringing it down the court. Long three-pointer. It's short. As Hokut cannot get that shot to fall, Nick Brummett on the rebound. Brummett is going to go out of bounds and last touched by the Bulldogs.
My guess is we're going to push a little bit, a little quicker second half, starting at 14-point lead. My feeling is Coach is going to cut them loose and send them up and down a little bit quicker and see if this other team can run, because I don't think they can.
So Nick Brummett here with a quick basket. 36-20 is the score. And, of course, the Mules right now leading it by 16 points. Welcome back to the third quarter. I'm Frankie Castillo alongside John Scott. We're so happy to have you alongside here tonight. 5-second call. And there you go, Mules with an unforced turnover there. Mules defense is playing very well so far tonight.
Yeah, they've turned it up a little bit also at halftime.
They really have.
They've come out a little bit more intense.
Three-point basket is no good. Rebounded here by the Bulldogs. And here comes Carl Junction. Nice job by Kai Warren on the rebound. So now the Mules here quickly. Nearly a turnover there. Good job defensively there by Poplar Bluff. They are just doing a really good job here very happy with the way they are playing here so far. 6:49 to play, third quarter. And Jeff Hokut now on the inbound. Going to be picked up by Darian Webb. There's a good backdoor pass. Mules defend it very well. Hokut from the elbow. It's no good. Rebounded there by Nick Brummett. Here comes Poplar Bluff. The winner moves on and plays tomorrow at 12:30. A rare turnover by the Mules in this game, and a wide open miss by Bard. Kai Warren, though, on the rebound. You look at the offensive rebounds here by Carl Junction. They've got 7 so far in this ball game, John.
That's 6 too many.
6 too
many.
I'll
give any team one offensive rebound, just the fluke of the bounce.
Fluke of the bounce. Have you had a hot dog yet?
You know, Frankie, I'm going to admit it. I had one. I did.
Oh, you did have one?
I did have one, and I'll say that the good people in Joplin, they have a good hot dog, good starting dog, but it was just a little undercooked. It wasn't nearly as good as a Poplar Bluff Mules hot dog.
Well, which one's better, Joplin or Jackson?
Oh, Joplin, of course.
Okay. Timeout called here on the floor. Called by the Bulldogs here. It is a 30-second timeout. Mules basketball being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, Poplar Bluff Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by the Bank of Missouri, the Scott Law Group, LLC, Briggs & Stratton, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire, Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco, First Choice Insurance, Air Solutions, the Ozark Federal Credit Union, and Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, proud supporters of Poplar Bluff Mules basketball.
This is a nice gym, though, Frankie. It really is. I like their big screen on the end, and they've got their catwalk around. It's nice.
It really is. Very spread out. Goes over the head of Gage Rivers. Turnover there by Fentress. Little high pass that time.
Yeah, we're not quite in our usual rhythm. It's going to get there, and I think they'll get there. They just need about 2 possessions up and down, and we'll be in good shape.
Could have been a turnover there. Good job by Perry, able to retrieve it from Hokut. 5:53 to play here in the third quarter. The way their scoreboards are positioned here in the gym, it's very unique. There's a turnover there by the Bulldogs. They've got a scoreboard on each end. They're high up, nothing in the middle.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I would change. I would get a hanging scoreboard in the middle like we have. Aside from that,
Gage Rivers' shot is no good. Absolutely tracked down by Gavin Rivers. Darian Webb from the elbow was no good. Another offensive rebound by Nick Brummett, and this time he will pick up a foul.
Good position. He was just right there. Had the guy blocked out.
Absolutely.
Boxed out, I guess they say nowadays. I always say blocked out.
5:31 to play here in the third quarter. Third foul by Josh Corey. Brummett's free throw is up and good. Sponsored by Christian Automotive and Tire. So now coming in for the Bulldogs is going to be Aiden Beechner for Kai Warren's second free throw is no good. It's going to go off the fingertips there of Aiden Bard. And the Mules are going to retain possession. By the way, I'm not sure if I gave you the latest update on the halftime score of the Neelyville Poplar Bluff game. It is Neelyville on top, 2019 over the Mules JV team. That's at halftime.
Sounds like a very exciting game. Really nice to see the JV get a game.
It is.
It's been a long time. I guess they've just had one game this year. Anyway.
I think so, yeah. Good job there by Fentress Williams. Darian couldn't put it in, but Fentress, another offensive rebound. He's got 6 points here in the ball game. Good handoff inside, a whistle and a foul coming up against Poplar Bluff.
Yeah, Josh Corey, he's a workhorse down there. He's doing what he can, which, unfortunately for him, fortunately for us, we've just got a lot of big bodies down there.
Mules are shooting 42% here on the night. What I like about this Mules team tonight, they're 8 out of 10 on the free throw line. That is impressive.
Absolutely. After driving a new gym, I'm thinking none of these kids have ever played here. I'm not sure, maybe some summer ball. But to come into a gym like that and make free throws, that's nice to see.
It really is. Josh Corey knocks down the first free throw, and he misses the second free throw. Good pickup by Gavin Rivers. Here comes Darian Webb. Works it outside to Darius Graham, another nice move inside by Gage Rivers, and Fentress Williams. He is getting Mr. Dependable written all over his face when he's inside the paint, John.
And Gage with the dish, he's really making that extra pass, and it really makes a difference. He could have taken that and tried to shoot it, but he dished it off, and it worked perfectly.
It really did. Or I should say the Bulldogs taking a timeout, so we'll step away with them. A quick 30-second timeout. Mules lead this game by 20 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
And we are back here live in Joplin. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to read this text over the air, John, but I got to tell you, my good friend Ken Hosler is tuning in back in Poplar Bluff. Loves the commentary you're doing. He thinks you made a mistake. We need to retract a few things here. Number one, I think Kenny Hosler is a great official. I'm assuming you agree the same.
Oh, absolutely. If there ever was, I'll tell you this much: if there ever was a really great official, it'd be Kenny.
Yeah, he's
got a better
guy.
Voice than any referee I've ever heard.
He's taught me a lot when it comes to PA work, no doubt about it. I've always said he is the best PA guy in Southeast Missouri, period, hands down. Glad that he is tuning in tonight back in Poplar Bluff. It is a balmy 18 degrees back in Poplar Bluff. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up against the Mules. I say it's a balmy 18 when you wake up this morning and it's 10 degrees above zero. We're at 18 now. Bring out the flip-flops.
Right on it. I mean, get the sunscreen going. It's the older I get, the more I dislike winter, and I'm thinking, when's spring coming? It's been cold for like 4 days.
84 days, I think, is when springtime is going to be here.
It was 80 last week, and now it's been cold 4 days, and I'm already complaining.
Absolutely. I'm the same way.
I'd take about 28 and a good snow. That'd be all right.
Ugh, I don't think I want a good snow anymore. I think I've got enough of snow. It's out of my system. I'm sure those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube may agree with me as well. 2 free throws picked up by Braxton Dodd, who checked in. 41-23 is the score. Gage Rivers now works it outside to Darian Webb. Out to Darius Graham. Made a big three-point basket earlier tonight. His first on the season, by the way, for Darius Graham.
Well, that Darian's ball handling, it's just... I say this, it's Globetrotter-esque at times, what those guys can do.
It's amazing what kind of work he has put in the gym. I've been to practice a few times. Cannon Carr's shot just a little bit too strong. It's rebounded here by the Bulldogs. But I was going to say, what a good move there by Torrance Williams. I was going to say, whenever I go to the gym and I see the Mules in practice mode, it's amazing because you see the leadership on this basketball team, and hands down, you got to believe that one of the primary contributors and really captains on this team is Darian Webb. There's a nice steal by Webb. He's going to go coast to coast, lays it up, count it, and the foul.
Yeah, right on cue.
Right on cue. 12 points for him.
He's always had such a basketball IQ. Always. I've watched him growing up, and when he's on the court, he sees the court so well. And he plays under control, and he gets the steal, and he gets the lay-in, and he gets the foul, and he really, really helps this team.
He really does. Darian Webb is going to be heavily missed after this season, no doubt about it. Darian Webb, 12 points, a three-point play coming up. You betcha, knocks it down. 44-23 is the score.
Frankie, I'm going to ask you, since we talk about that green drink, do you drink that stuff all day, or is that just like your one for the day?
Just on game days.
Just on game days.
Look at the steal by Darian Webb. What a move to Darius Graham. Ooh. Goes up and scores.
I thought he was going to do the old left-handed jam like he did at the showdown. He was close.
I wonder what Coach Will Durden would have done if he would have dunked that. There was a practice here recently I was at. Coach Durden, this team, I know they've not gelled together a lot here early in the season, but man, they are coming around. And I know Coach Durden says, well, look at that, Gage Rivers, a little too strong that time. It's rebounded by the Bulldogs.
He probably should have dunked that one.
But Coach Durden, I think he is really getting through to these guys on a number of levels, and they're really playing like it here tonight. Good job there by Cannon Carr as Braxton Dodd could not get the shot to fall. Rebounds again at Torrance Williams inside the paint with the big right hand. Goes up and scores. Like to see that by Torrance, 10 points.
You know, one thing about Coach Durden's teams, and especially last year, and this year as well, but last year, they had a stretch. They lost some games. But those kids always played their heart out.
They really did.
Played hard, and they actually seem to be enjoying themselves. You can't tell for sure, but you watch other teams playing hard sometimes, and they aren't always. But it seems like our guys enjoy it, and they just give it their all. So that's a real testament to our kids getting up and down and playing hard and enjoying it, even when sometimes things aren't going so well. You know, they still play hard. We've been down 2 or 3 times this year where you think it's insurmountable, and they come back.
So we're going to see David Durbin step on the floor for the Mules. Fentress Williams back in the ball game, as is Darian Webb will stay in. Nice to see David Durbin getting some minutes here in this second half. Second free throw was no good by Josh Corey, and here come the Mules. Webb is so quick on the floor, bumps his way inside the paint. Good job there by David Durbin, who come away, got the rebound, then hands it off to Fentress Williams, who could not get the shot to go. And now here come the Bulldogs, 48-24. In the blink of an eye, the Mules have a big lead. There's a three-point basket by Kai Warren. His first three-pointer of the ball game. Gavin Rivers now inside the paint near the free throw line. He'll knock it down. Mules have 50 points. I think it'll be a good matchup tomorrow afternoon between Jeff City and Poplar Bluff. What do you think?
I think so, Frankie. I saw Jeff City come through, and that, some big kids, got some size. It's always good to get to play them.
It is. We got to play them a couple of years ago at their place, so it's nice to be able to play them. It's an easier drive to Joplin than Jeff City for sure. Kai Warren goes up. What a move. He's got 6 points.
Yeah, we need to tighten down just a little bit.
50-29 to score. Good Euro step there by Nick Brummett. Could not score it. And the rebound's going to come back to Braxton Dodd.
And it's a 20-point lead, but it's a little bit less.
Actually, I don't want to be mean. I know it's the class of 91 talking here, but that's a 21-point lead.
Yeah, well, 90. Math was never my strong suit.
Gotcha. Corey going inside, rebounded here. Nice rebound by Fentress Williams. Here comes Darian Webb again. Splits the defense. There's the offensive foul.
Yeah, I don't know.
Third personal foul by Darian Webb, and we're going to see Darius Graham coming back in the ball game. He'll check in for Nick Brummett. So what everybody wants to know, or at least what I want to know here, is we're going to end early here tonight because the first game was a blowout as well. What I want to know is, where is John Scott taking Frankie out to dinner tonight? I got to add Tim in there as well.
How's your guys' karaoke game? Pretty good.
Kick out outside to Hocut. No good. Rebounded by the Mules. Gavin Rivers. Big rebound here by Gavin. So now the Mules 2-3 zone here by the Bulldogs.
Might as well play for the last shot.
Might as well coming up here on the final shot here. About 15 seconds and counting. Darian Webb.
Look at that.
What a nice move. 15 points through 3 quarters. Mules lead at 52-29. Howart kicks it outside. 3-point basket is no good. And the rebound, it came all the way back to David Durbin. So the Mules, after 3 quarters, they lead at 52-29 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Some things have changed since 1952. We changed our name, expanded our territory, and added branches in the communities we serve. But the most important thing remains the same. We treat our members like family. Experience the credit union difference. Ozark Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
All right, we are back here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter for the Mules. They will have on the floor Darian Webb, Darius Graham, Gavin Rivers, Fentress Williams, David Durbin on the floor right now for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Mules will have the ball, going to go right to left on your radio and your TV.
What's Darian? What's his point total?
15.
15, yeah, right on his average.
Right on the average. Kyler Perry in. Also Josh Corey in. Aiden Bard is also going to stay in. Kai Warren as well. Darius Graham could not get the floater to go in.
And he gets up, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He is a very nice jumper. He was always fun to watch in football. We're trying to get him to come out for baseball this year, too.
It may be that sleeve he's wearing on his leg. Maybe it's some kind of bionic deal.
I don't know, but he's a good player all the way around. 3-point basket. Look at that one. Darian Webb.
Make that 18 for the night.
18.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, your math is working tonight.
I don't want to have to take off my shoes. Count that.
Boy, Mules are really on the defensive end. Darian Webb maybe got tripped, able to get back up. 3-point basket is up, and it is good by Aiden Bard.
A little shooter's roll there.
55-32 the score. So Mules, after traveling over 4 hours here to get here, Mules are on their way to their 9th win of the year. So I think in this situation, nice move there by Darian Webb. It's going to be on the floor, and it's going to be taken away here by Kai Warren. He steps inside the paint. It's no good, and a rebound by Darius Graham and a foul.
You know, we talked about dunking the ball earlier. I remember when these kids were, the juniors were freshmen, so I guess that's a couple of years ago. Coach Prater was up at East Carter. We were playing East Carter, and it was a pretty good blowout. We were winning the game, and one of our point guards who could easily dunk the ball got a steal and got a breakaway wide open, and he laid it in.
Nice.
And Coach Prater was upset. he said dunked it, and it got real quiet. They called timeout. It got real quiet. He said dunk the ball.
Nice.
This is freshman basketball. Nobody want to see a layup. I thought that was really fun. I was like, man, this guy knows how to play.
Yes, he does.
He had a rule. He said he had a rule when he played that if you had a chance to dunk it and didn't dunk it, the coach would bench you. So that is the way people should play.
Nice move by Gage Rivers, and a foul going to be called. So by looking at my totals here for the career, Coach Durden, he is on his way to win number 149.
It's a lot of wins. That's 10 years, right?
10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I've been saying this a long time. He'll probably, hate me for saying this again, but I've always said that I think Coach Durden is one of our premier coaches that we have had for Poplar Bluff. And I can remember. I mean, he's just been a great coach to have.
Yeah.
Not only for the game of basketball, but for these kids also.
Yeah, for the kids and to be an ambassador for the school, everywhere, and for what he does, for the kids.
He's one of those guys that honestly, I stop and think about it as Cannon Carr goes 1 for 2. I really can't find a bad thing to say about him other than he refuses to drink any of my detox drinks. I got to get that changed.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to drink it either. I can't fault the man for that. He's got good taste in drinks, obviously.
I'm just saying, I'm going to have to work on him a little bit more.
Oh.
But no, he's a great individual, great coach to have, and sorry that we couldn't see him here to watch this team here this afternoon, but we're so happy that we're able to bring it to him. I know him and his lovely wife are watching it back home.
Hopefully in the nice warmth of a big
Well, I said
blanket.
It was a balmy 18 degrees
That's
outside.
true. Right on. Open the window.
Yeah, open the window.
Turn on the AC. Oh, man.
Hey, Stephanie Webb is tuning in. Stephanie, I meant to text her over the week and tell her we were going to be broadcasting these games on video. My bad, Stephanie. I apologize.
We'll be on here tomorrow. You'll be on here tomorrow. I'm not sure if I go out on the town later, I may not make it back.
You're right.
I may end up in Oklahoma County Jail.
A good friend of mine said, just don't say nothing.
That's right.
I know a lawyer.
We have a great time on these broadcasts. 5:17, 58-34 to play. Mules well on their way. Stephanie Webb says, go number 1.
He's having a great game.
He really is, no doubt about it. Good track down there by Kai Warren and the Bulldogs on the off. Oh, what a move by Gage Rivers. Did you see that steal? And the behind-the-back pass was just impressive by Gage Rivers.
Very nice. It wouldn't be great if we were playing Jackson. It was tied, but tonight it was great.
Speaking of Jackson, man, they're going to be coming up very soon, January the 18th. It'll be a home game, I believe, for the Mules.
I saw where they won that tournament over there, didn't they, this year? That Cape tournament. They must have pulled some hijinks perhaps on it, but I was surprised. I thought Cape would win that. I really did.
I think we're gonna beat Jackson coming up in about a week or so.
Oh, no question about it.
12 points by Torrance Williams. Tell you what, Torrance is having quite the ball game as well. Nice to see him.
Yes.
With the points off the bench.
Yeah, and that's the great, like we talked about before. The great thing about this team, there's 9, 10 deep that anybody can step up on any given night. If somebody's having a difficult night, somebody else just takes up the slack.
3-point basket by Kai Warren, no good. I do have an update for you on the Mules and Neelyville game. After this shot by Darian Webb, no good. I thought that was going in. I really thought that one was going to go in.
It looked nice.
It absolutely looked good going up. So Darian Webb on the rebound here.
How many rebounds he got tonight?
Hang on 1 second here. Let me get caught up. As Darian Webb here tonight has played his heart out. He's got 4 rebounds here on the night. 60-34 the score. 4:02 to play. And for the Mules, we're going to get a few more. I like to see the substitutions here for the Mules. They do it often here tonight. Torrance Williams had 9 rebounds and 12 points. He is 1 rebound away from a double-double. I'm sure Coach Durden likes to hear that. Torrance Williams inside the paint. Hard off the backboard. It's not going to go, but man, he is doing such a phenomenal job here tonight. He has had some good minutes here tonight for Coach David Prater and Coach Joe McDuffie. It is at the third quarter right now. You'll like this, John. Our Mules JV team, they lead at 28-25.
There we go. We like to see it.
Coach Aaron Duncan down there in Neelyville with the boys. 3-point basket is up, and it is good. This one, nothing but net by Xavier Perkins. 60-37. Torrance Williams cutting, good job there. Gets it inside to Cannon Carr. It's off the backboard, no good. Carr, a second opportunity, no good. I like the offensive rebounds here by the Mules.
A lot of hard work, bodies flying around down there. One thing about this gym, it's big and we're up high and kind of back, so you don't quite have, you don't have the feel of being right there in the game like some gyms. So it's a little bit easy to not see some of the effort these guys are putting forth, but they sure are. They really are.
So we're going to see some fresh jerseys coming in. Xavier Perkins going to stay in. Malachi Moore checking in. Also coming in, Nathan Platchen is also going to check in for Carl Junction. Mules here with a commanding lead in this ball game. They lead at 60-37. That means coming up tomorrow, we're going to play tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Braxton Dodd has got 2 more points. He's got 4 on the ball game. Like to see Torrance Williams pick up another rebound here and get that double-double.
Absolutely. I think he will. 2 minutes left.
Nice move there by Gavin Rivers. He's got 4 points. Another assist by the Mules.
Mules release on that.
Mules, oh, what a steal by David Durbin in midair. And Cannon Carr's going to go up. It's no good, but it's going to be last touch. Oh, I thought Gavin maybe touched it last, but they're going to say it was by the Bulldogs.
Great referees over here tonight. They really, just like my good friend Kenny Haas.
There you go. He'll like to hear that.
Some of the best.
He'll
Never missed a call. I don't think Kenny ever missed a call.
But I remember what to say on that.
I don't know, here we go. Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Nice inbound.
Torrance Williams again, 14 points following the inbound. Another assist by the Mules. That is number 13 in this game. David Durbin in the ball game.
One thing about David, he hustles.
Yes, he
He's
does.
got one speed.
There is no doubt about it.
They had just on. Just hardcore. I like David. He's a good kid.
So tomorrow, Jeff City, Poplar Bluff should be a good one. Mules could pick up their 10th win tomorrow. Gage Rivers inside. There's the double-double by Torrance Williams. He's got 14 points, 10 rebounds.
They've won some games this year. If they pull out tomorrow, I'm not sure when the last time they started with 10-2 record.
I have to go back and look. That'll give me something to do later tonight when you're buying me a steak dinner.
That's right. They got one down there at the Come and Go. I think they got some kind of steak. Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, buy one and get one free. Torrance misses that free throw presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. Good work again by Tim Hicks. We really appreciate him bearing the 4 hours with us to come out here and make this happen. As Torrance Williams now 15 points here in the ball game. He is having a really special night. Three-point basket is off the mark. It's no good by Perkins. It is rebounded by the Mules. Gage Rivers a little bit too strong, but another offensive rebound is going to be taken by David Durbin.
I wonder if he wasn't trying some sort of alley-oop on that.
I don't know.
Because Darius was coming down the other way, and that seemed like he was maybe thinking about bouncing off the backboard and doing some kind of acrobatic deal, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say he was doing that, but that's kind of what it looked like to me.
So Cannon Carr is going to come in the ball game now for Gage Rivers. Rivers had a good game, 5 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Kind of like the assist totals here by the Mules. Carl Junction only has 3 assists in this ball game. Mules have 13. There's another one if it goes in. Torrance Williams, he did get his own rebound, couldn't finish, and we're going to get a rebound or a foul here coming in.
Yeah, he's just padding stats now. Just get a few rebounds.
Do what you got to do, I guess.
That's right.
118, 65, 39 the score. Once again, we appreciate you tuning in, whether it's been on Facebook or YouTube. If you're listening, whether you're listening on YouTube or Facebook or watching us, hit that share button for us. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be back with you on the air, and we're going to be doing our Facebook and our YouTube. I did a double take. I haven't seen Tim in eyeglasses before. First time. It's kind of dark in here a little bit.
It is a little bit. The lighting's a little, it's something different. I don't know. It's a little different. Halogen something, whatever.
Andrew Jones with a free throw. Misses that one. Another rebound by David Durbin.
So, Frankie, do you have like a 2-gallon jug of that green stuff you have for the weekend, or
nope?
Are you just out tomorrow?
I brought a cooler. I've got 2 drinks. Gavin Rivers, nice move. He's got 6 points.
So you keep that locked up somewhere?
It's in the fridge back at the hotel. I brought a cooler full of ice, so that way it didn't sour.
You better put it in the safe.
But I'm just telling you, I can. If Coach Dirt, I know he's still watching, I can save it and bring it back to Bluff with me if it'll help, if it'll make him feel better.
Well, you don't have to worry about anybody stealing it or the rats getting it, because I'm sure they would. They'd smell that and run the other way.
69-40 as Darius Graham with 9 points. Another big rebound by Torrance Williams. He's got quite a bit of them tonight. 12 rebounds. But Torrance Williams at 12 rebounds. Take an idea or take a guess of how many offensive rebounds he has.
Oh, I'm going to say 7.
I would say you are correct. Good guess. Torrance Williams going up.
Yeah.
He went to dunk it, but he draws the foul. Coach Durden will like to see that. I'll tell you what, this Torrance character, he's only a sophomore too. He plays good in football.
Yep.
He's going to be a good basketball player coming up.
Has a bright future, absolutely. Especially against this team. we got good size, and he's taking advantage of it, which is what you got to do.
Torrance Williams, 44% free throw shooter on the year, presented by Christian Automotive and Tire. This one a little bit too strong. He's a good kid, respectable kid. Coming up next, it is the semifinals coming up. It'll be Francis Howell. They're going to take on Joplin in the first semifinal. And I do not plan on sticking around to watch that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to go see the sights of Joplin.
I'm going to go back and probably go to bed early. Malachi Moore missing it. That should be the ball game as Darius Graham coming away with the rebound. There's the booms coming in on Facebook. Mules getting a win. Let's hear those booms. Had to bring that back from football.
Absolutely.
Mules getting a win at 69-40. We'll come back and we will break it down. Don't go anywhere. A quick timeout as the Mules get the victory here tonight. They win at 69-40. You're listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions, 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote, 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
All right, we are back here live in Joplin, Missouri as the Mules get the victory here tonight. Their 9th win of the year coming up. We will break it all down for you. As we get ready here on this Friday night, it is 7:07. Mules getting a win at 69-40. Let's run down the stats here for the Mules. And, of course, you look at some of these scoring totals. Darian Webb led the way with 18 points overall. He had 1 assist here in the ball game. He was 6 out of 15. He was 3 out of 7 from behind the arc. 15 points off the bench by Torrance Williams. 9 points by Darius Graham. 8 points by Fentress Williams. 7 by Nick Brummett. 6 by Gavin Rivers. 5 by Gage Rivers. And then a point by Cannon Carr on a free throw. Some of the totals here for the ball game for Poplar Bluff. The Mules shot the ball 41% overall. They were 4 out of 16 from behind the arc. And on the free throw line, 11 out of 17. Not bad. 65% on the free throw line. The Mules get their 9th win of the season. They now go to 9-3 overall. So once again, congratulations to the Mules on a very, very impressive game as they get the win here tonight, against Carl Junction here at Kaminsky Gymnasium in Joplin. Poplar Bluff will now move on and take on Jefferson City tomorrow afternoon for 5th place. That game is coming up at 12:30. So that means the first game of the afternoon will begin at 11, and that will take on at Carl Junction and Nevada. Coming up in the semifinals, it is Joplin, Francis Howell. This one should be a good game. And then coming up in the final game of the night, William Chrisman will take on Webb City. And the winners of those games will meet tomorrow at 3:30. So come back tomorrow afternoon. Join us beginning at 12:30 or I should say our pregame show, is going to begin at about 12:15 or so, and then tip off at 12:30. It'll be the Mules, it'll be the Jays out of Jefferson City. Should be a lot of fun. 5th place on the line. Thank you again for tuning in to Mules basketball. And before we leave you, just got a picture from Poplar Bluff with about 3:30 left in Neelyville. It is Poplar Bluff 40, Neelyville 32. So the Mules JV team leads by 8 points with about 3:30 left. Thank you again to Vernon Barker for sending me those updates, and we'll see what happens. Well, real quickly, David, yes, we are in the consolation side, but we didn't forfeit. We just couldn't play, so therefore we had to get bumped over to the consolation side. Webb City automatically got a bye, so to speak, in the first round. So we'll play for 5th place. We are 1-0. How bizarre is that? 1-0 in the tournament, and we'll play for 5th place coming up tomorrow afternoon, beginning at about 12:30. For Tim Hicks and John Scott, thank you again to Kent Keith, our Mules Athletic Director, for joining us as well. I'm Frankie Castile. We're saying so long as the Mules get the victory. The Mules are now 9-3 on the season. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon beginning at about 12:15. You've been listening to Mules Basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.